everyone. In this lab, we will be 1. Setting up a level, 2. Taking measurements, 3. Reducing level nodes, and 4. Understanding the difference between regular foresights and intermediate foresights. In order to run a level loop, the following equipment is required. You will need a level rod, a turning point, and a tripod. Depending on your worksite, you will require different levels of PPE. The minimum standard are good working boots for the appropriate conditions, a pair of gloves, and a safety vest.
Okay, so now we are going to see how to properly set up the level. The level is one of the easiest pieces of survey gear to set up. The first thing you want to do is you put your legs in the ground, make sure they're pretty stable, check to make sure that the top plate here is relatively level. It's not going to be perfect because we don't have a way to check. Step on the tripod legs. Even if you're on concrete, asphalt, anything, always step on them. So we have done that to make sure that the tripod is firmly in the ground and is not going to move on us. The next thing we're going to do with the level is on the side here, we have a level bubble. We want to make sure that the level is level, which sounds kind of odd. So bring the level bubble towards yourself so you can see it. We have the 3-foot screws at the bottom here. We will use those to make sure that everything is level. Using the 2 farthest from us, we're going to rotate our hands either in a clockwise or counterclockwise direction. If your right hand goes clockwise, then your left hand goes counterclockwise. So we're going to level this using the bubble on the side here. Okay, now the instrument is level. The next thing you want to do is looking through your instrument, you want to make sure that your focus is correct for your eyes and that the crosshairs are correct for your eyes. So your focus could be correct, but if the crosshairs are kind of fuzzy, you want to adjust the instrument to make sure that the crosshairs are nice and sharp. So I'm going to look through the instrument and I'm going to check the focus for now. Okay, now I have the focus good, the crosshairs are good, I am ready to take measurements. So this is the level rod that we use for surveying. Riz will demonstrate it for us. Right now it is collapsed. Riz, could you extend the level rod to show the students how high it goes? So Riz is pulling out portions of the rod. This is a telescopic rod that extends to about 5 meters. There's 5 portions to this one. So this is fully extended. We can get readings on it up to about 5 meters high. It's quite a tall piece of equipment. We don't normally have it extended this high. Riz, can you drop it down and we'll bring it to 2 meters only, but you can drop it all the way. So at the back of the rod, there's a little button that Riz can push. And when he pushes this button, it allows the rod to collapse in pieces. So now that it's fully collapsed, this is how we would transport it. It has a little carrying case. Let's put it up to 2 meters and we can demonstrate how we use the rod. Okay, so Riz has a rock on the ground that we're going to use and it's going to be our turning point. The rock he has is fairly stable. He just puts the rod on the top of the rock. Wherever it levels out, it knows that that's the top of the rock. We're pretty lucky with how that works. So he has it extended to 2 meters right now. If we were taking a measurement on this, there's a procedure that Riz will follow in order to make sure that we are measuring correctly. So you can see he has the rod standing upright, fairly close to probably level. It's not actually level, so what we do to make sure that we read it correctly is Riz would rock it back and forth slowly. As he rocks it back and forth towards the instrument slowly, we will be looking through the instrument at the crosshairs. When the crosshairs read the lowest point on that rod, that is the actual level point reading, and that's the reading we would take. So Riz, could you just rock it slowly? So this is how we would normally rock it. If you rock it too fast, one, it might fall off your turning point, but the other problem with rocking it too fast is the person trying to read it won't have enough time to get the lowest reading. And that's all there is to holding a level rod. All right, so we are going to start our survey. So as it is shown in your instructions, we are doing a level loop involving 3 fire hydrants and some sidewalk points on the west side of campus. Riz is at our backside right now. He is set up on the top bolt of the first fire hydrant. I am now going to take a measurement on the rod and read out those measurements for you. 0.299. So Riz has now moved to our first turning point. We will take a measurement on him. Ready, Riz? 1.561. Good. 0.995. Good. 0.698. Good. Okay, ready? Slowly rock it, please. Good. 1.235. Good. 1.596. Okay, so now we are going to take our intermediate foresights on the sidewalk. Riz is set up on the edge of the sidewalk, and we will measure here. Ready, Riz? 1.612. And remember, these are intermediate foresights, so they go in a different column. Okay, and this is another one of our intermediate foresights on the edge of the sidewalk. I'll get you to rock the rod a little, Riz. 1.359. Okay, and now we are doing another one of our turning points as we keep heading towards the last fire hydrant. 1.095. Okay, so now we will take a backside measurement on the turning point that Riz is set up on. Ready, Riz? 1.561. Good. Okay, so now we're taking one of our intermediate foresights on the sidewalk again. Ready, Riz? 1.587. Okay, now we are doing another one of our intermediate foresights on the sidewalk. Ready, Riz? 1.429. Okay, now we are doing a regular foresight on our turning point. Ready, Riz? And could you move your right hand a little? 1.223. Good. Okay, now we are doing a backsight on the turning point that Riz has set up. 1.624. Good. Okay, so now we are taking a foresight on fire hydrant number 3. Once we have this one done, we'll head back to the first fire hydrant in order to close our loop. Ready, Riz? 0.221. Good. Okay, now we are doing a foresight on one of our final turning points as we head back to the starting fire hydrant. 1.577. This will be our backsight for our final turning point. Ready, Riz? 1.215. Good. And this is our foresight on the starting fire hydrant. This will be our last measurement for this lab. Ready, Riz? 0.748. Good.
You have now performed a level loop on the west side of campus. You should understand the importance of proper rod readings, setting up the instrument correctly, and general procedures for setting benchmarks. When surveying, always be mindful of your surroundings. If you are working around roadways, be aware of vehicles. Never step out in the road without checking for vehicles. Try not to set up your instrument on sidewalks where pedestrians may accidentally hit your tripod. If you are on a construction site, ground vibrations can cause errors in your readings. Be sure to always wear high visibility colors and any other PPE that is required.